Hello and welcome back, everyone. We got some new Lorna Shore out. It's called Prisoner Flesh. And today, I told you on Unbreakable, I think since Oblivion, I'm more than sold on Lorna Shore and I'm looking forward to every new release and the album release. And since I think I forgot the last time as well to read it beforehand, because what I really appreciate about them is that Will Ramos writes in every YouTube caption something about the song, what they thought about when writing the lyrics, right? So this time I didn't forget, and I want to read it beforehand. So I think more bands should do that. Would be cool, or also like The Warning does it or did it with the Keep Me Fat album, that they had a track by track discussion. Although some of those were not really informative about what the song is about. But I appreciate that. I love that. I love to get some idea, like what they thought about when they wrote the song or the lyrics or something like that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna read that. Then we watch the song and enjoy it. So this is what Will Ramos said about the song. This song is exactly what I imagine a lot of people expected of us to put out. So I guess it's gonna be heavy, because at least what I think is that people expect something heavy, dark, and melodic from Lorna Shore. We took all the heaviest stuff we had to create this incredible, dark, high stress tension song. Isn't every song dark and high stress? With all the blast beats and everything? I personally think the breakdown at the end of this is one of my favorites that we've ever written, and I'm excited to see how people engage with this one. But Oblivion and Unbreakable also had incredible breakdowns. The one in Oblivion that you don't see coming, where it's like half the song is gone and you think like, okay, is this the end? And then it hits you. Like, that has to be one of my favorite breakdowns all time. The lyrics for this song, oh, now it gets interesting, are about my family and our history of dementia. Shit. The idea that the world is falling apart and about the fear of losing touch with reality. They're coming to get me is my way of personifying demons or something that makes you feel like you're losing pieces of yourself. The closer they get, the further detached you become until you're nothing but a husk of fear and delusion. Okay, so they keep on going with the heavy topics. Oblivion was of the state of our world and environment and our future. It was not really a bright one. Unbreakable was pretty positive, to be fair. And what that reminds me of is a movie called, I think, The Relic. It's a horror movie, so if you're into horror movies, watch it. If you're not, but you like very good movies, I think The Relic is a good movie, and I won't say more about it, but I think it's worth a watch. Except if you're not at all into horror movies and cannot take any scary shit, then it's not great. But yeah, all that he said remind me a lot of the movie, and it's a scary thought. Dementia is a scary thought. I don't think I have had any in my family. I saw a few people when I had my social services. In Austria, you have to either go to the army or do some social services, and I was a paramedic. So you see some states of dementia, and it can be absolutely scary and unreal. And yeah, I think one of famous people. Doesn't Bruce Willis have dementia in a very high state? And there are a few videos of him right now. Although he has a family that cares about him, and that is an important part with dementia. While it is a physical illness, it's it's very, very important to have a good psychological surrounding, right? Some kind of therapy can help with that, I think. Not when you're in the late stages or anything, but through life. I think psychological part takes part in dementia and the development of dementia. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna say about this. This was already probably way too much, so we're gonna jump into the song. It's again a 7-minute song, so they just keep on going with that. And the first frame of the video also tells me that it's gonna be a story-focused video. With all the dementia background, that first frame already hurts. Okay, that was enough said. Less talking, more listening. Yeah, this is what I meant with how unsettling the first frame of this video already is. She wears a smile, but it's a weird one, right? It's an empty one. I think it's the depiction of a person that suffers from dementia, right? And yeah, there is a frame on the table saying, "Your name is Rachel. This is your home." And that, in a weird way, I know it's weird to bring that up, but it reminds me a bit of the movie 50 First Dates or something it's called, with Adam Sandler, where he dates this girl who always loses her memory at the end of the day. And in the end, spoiler alert, he records videos summarizing every day and the life she had since I think it was some kind of accident that happened to her, and that's why she's losing her memory. And he's recording a video of everything they do, and he summarizes it in the morning. So the first thing she watches in the morning is that video, so she knows where she is and that she's in a relationship with someone and also has children with the person, which is fictional and crazy and whatever, but it just reminded me of that you have. And I can imagine if you get older and start forgetting stuff, especially with dementia, that things that you need things like that. You need maybe put some notes everywhere to remind you of the most basic things, really, and that is scary thought. Sorry. Okay, but enough of that. Let's just listen. There's no subtitles. I'm not sure how much of the lyrics I'm gonna be able to decipher, but let's see. Oh god, everyone has that smile. That is a beautiful visualization of that. Oh, that build up. What the? Okay, I stopped before the build-up, so I'm gonna go back a bit. Oh, I love that. I hit that so good. This is what I assume her view, maybe, and this is the view from the others. That's just interpretation now on my part, but you know what I mean? Okay, let's go into the build-up and let's start the song after 1 minute. This is what he meant with high stress. They just start the thing with them being showered in blood, and yeah. Okay, I go a bit back, and then we're gonna go into the chaos again. What the hell? I have to say that the melody in the background is weirdly unfitting to the video and the song. At least for me. What do you think? It feels a bit happy. I say I'm running out of time. Ouch. That is a horror How they mix these few elements, but just for the quick shock element. This is amazing. Choir, the piano, run. What? What the... What the hell? That was a fucking earthquake, volcano explosion. What in the hell? Fair enough. Fair enough. Heaviest breakdown. Yes. What the? Can we just go through that breakdown again? It says, yeah, Mosten rewind it the most time. Also, I'm happy. I was wondering about the solo if he's using the whammy bar again, because he used it in every solo so far from Oblivion and Unbreakable. But just it was a small touch, but you can hear it, and I love that little detail there. But that break is, where did it start even? Somewhere here, because that was too heavy to even comprehend. And Will's voice? What? How do you even do that? What? Okay, to start the breakdown with her suffocating what I think is her daughter, maybe. The video, like, I don't know where all that gore came from and what the intention is about that. I would love to hear something from Will Ramos, or at least the guy who did the videos. I think they always have the same people doing the videos. I think. I think I read that somewhere. But the end is devastating. That loop with the voices of probably her husband asking if she's okay, the boy asking or saying "mom" the whole time. That on repeat, and like it's hidden behind something like a pillow, you know. Like, that is devastating, and what I think on the storytelling perspective of this video, an amazing job they did there. Also, what I really liked, I like the subtle stuff even more than the gore stuff. I like horror movies. I like the gory stuff, but the shadowy fingers closing on her face, that I think that is a strong picture. That was, I love the song, and what he said about being the heavy stuff. Yes, that was the heavy stuff. If you're a longtime fan, especially, is that what you expected, or is that what you hoped for? Because from the older stuff I know, which is not too much, since, as you know, still, Pain Remains trilogy, it's in front of me, and you all said I need to do it in one sitting, so I'm gonna do it in one sitting. But every song so far is so unique and special, and also has these little things. Like I said, the detail with the whammy bar in the solo, I love that, the tremolo. It's just a little thing to add personality in there, and I love that. The breakdowns are so heavy. Yeah. That's what I gotta say so far. So yeah. See you on the next one.